sensational development. And now Arsenal back on their haunches because they could be pulled back to 1-1 as Dreyer lines up to take this penalty for Luton Town. Scores and it's 1-1.
6 points from those last 4 games and an improvement in the Hatters' league position sees them on the same number of points as Norwich, but just below them on goal difference, the legacy of that 6-1 loss at Queen's Park Rangers. Away from the league, the Hatters had taken part in the Guinness Soccer Sixes, making it to the final against Liverpool.
Luton have come past Coventry, Tottenham, Derby County, Charlton and Manchester United. Liverpool have reached the final by the shorter route, although they would say in winning the league championship to get a qualifying berth they actually put in plenty of work. And Everton are their victims tonight, and the draw with Aston Villa that won the group for them. It's going to be frenetic, and David Preece squaring up to a much taller man. 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Mulby, who's thoroughly enjoyed himself. Beardsley using the boards. Brought out by Kingsley Black. So here's left, David Beaumont. Farrell's gone roaring ahead. Beaumont lines it up, and Farrell has his 4th goal. So there might be some extra money coming his way.
Oh, what opportunism this is, isn't it? Dave Bowman's shot going way wide, but Sean Farrell, 3 goals already, that's his 4th. Playing full of confidence. Look at that for cheek.
Jim Ryan's finding it hard to believe, I think. And he's talking to Nick Collins.
Jim, tense moments here in the second half.
Yeah, I think very, very tense. This is really the crucial point, probably. If we can stop them scoring and maybe sneak another one, we have a really good chance of winning it.
Come close a couple of times, haven't you?
Yeah.
Move the ball!
Can you hang on?
Well, we just want no mistakes. That's what we're home for.
OK, thanks, Jim.
Right.
That was a cry from the heart. But he might have another goal. He has! Lars Elstrup. It's moving away from Liverpool. Elstrup played the first pass and got the return. And Black, the movement is good off the ball, despite the fact that Liverpool had longer to rest before the final. And Luton good enough to do what 3 other teams couldn't do on qualifying nights. That's play 2 games in a row and win them both. James, 3-0. The number 3 gets the 3rd. And Jimmy Ryan, who, like all other managers in the First Division, hasn't had too many memorable times against Liverpool, is cherishing this. It will be a popular win here for the football followers who've come every night and seen all the teams and seen the qualities and know that Luton have been the cream, really. Preece. Taken on by Beaumont. And Preece is in. He could give Farrell. Well, he doesn't. He wants one for himself. So he's got 4. And Luton Town in this final have 4. The toast here in Manchester is Luton Town Football Club. They are the champions 1990 of Soccer 6. And everyone rushes to shake the hand of Jim Ryan, and on the pitch, David Preece in particular. If you had to pick out a star, it was Preece. But everybody performed so capably for Luton, and Liverpool could not match them.
So the first trophy of the season and over £52,000 in the bank. Next stop in the league, a visit to Crystal Palace.
trio of Palace players returned from international duty with England B and Algiers after glowing reports. Goalkeeper Nigel Martin and captain Jeff Thomas staked claims for future full honours. Star of the show was striker Iain Wright. Against Luton, though, it was his partner up front, Mark Bright, who opened the scoring with a well-placed header. In the second half, Wright might have had a hat-trick to add to his 10 goals already this season. Time and time again, though, he was thwarted by the Luton keeper, Alec Chamberlain. Unfortunately, Luton's forwards were equally unsuccessful. All Chamberlain's heroics were for nothing, and Bright's first-half goal was enough for all 3 points.
A midweek game in the Zenith Data Systems Cup provided the Hatters with their biggest victory of the season. 4 first-half goals, sending them on their way to a 5-1 win. Back in the First Division, a stormy afternoon away to Spurs.
Spurs have been struggling recently, just 1 point from the last 3 games, and Luton seem right on course to add to the misery. 12 minutes gone, Kingsley Black with the cross, and Iain Dowie, the Northern Ireland striker, completing an all-Irish move. Naheem didn't help the Tottenham cause, sent off for dissent midway through the first half. A Spurs down to 10 men then, but when Paul Gascoigne's one of them, it doesn't matter. Gascoigne this week named BBC Sports Personality of the Year, and he wriggles through the Luton defence typically, and Paul Stewart reaps the rewards. Just the second goal of the season for Stewart. Bad-tempered game this one, 4 bookings and 3 sendings off. Pat van den Hauwe joined Naheem in the dressing room, and Luton's Kerry Hughes also giving his marching orders after a foul on Lineker. Just before the hour though, the same combination. Gascoigne with the corner and Stewart with the strike. Spurs finish with 9 men, but all 3 points.
With Vinnie Jones leading from the front, who would write off Sheffield United's chances of survival in the First Division? Carl Bradshaw with the overhead kick, showing that they're finding their feet. United, having recorded that first victory over Nottingham Forest, showed encouraging signs of life at Luton, with striker Brian Deane leading the way. Deane reacting well to the through ball to put Sheffield United into a well-earned lead. They haven't scored many this season, but Deane has got most of them, and he really looks the part in the First Division. And even at the back, Sheffield was showing a newfound resilience. Goalkeeper Simon Tracy equal to the best Luton had to offer from Lars Elstrup. The final word went fittingly to the irrepressible Jones. His 20-yard first-timer forcing Alec Chamberlain into a save. A second successive victory for Sheffield United, and Dave Bassett's men are bouncing back.
An inept performance by Luton, made worse by Kerry Hughes suffering a knee injury which required surgery and sidelined him for the remainder of the season.